It is a big-time college football game on Saturday yet again for the Southern Illinois Salukis as the top 10 North Dakota Fighting Hawks come into Saluki Stadium for what will also be the SIH Blackout Cancer game. Alongside the coach Pat Poore, Mike Trude, I am Luke Martin. It's been a really special game going all the way back to Mike McElroy was the one who started it. Southern Illinois University, Mike, was the first ever to do a blackout game where the funds, of course, go to SIH and has really impacted so many in this area through the years.
Yeah, and it was difficult to get started because you had to go through the NCAA and get so many things done, and they wanted to make sure that it wasn't a fundraiser for individuals and blah, blah, blah. But McElroy stuck to his guns and went every step along the way, and it has now blossomed across the country. It seems like every school has a blackout cancer game for almost every single sport.
And what will be really neat on Saturday, Coach Poore, is there's going to be the name Lipe on a lot of jerseys, of course, in the honor of Sharon Lipe, who we lost over the summer. But, man, just a tremendous opportunity each and every year to see so many names from Saluki Nation that are on the back of the players' uniforms that have fought through this dreaded disease.
Yeah, it's always a really neat game because we talk a lot about types of human beings that we come across, and you just see those names on the back of the jerseys, and Sharon being one of those, and Mike McElroy, kind of the grassroots of the whole thing as far as cause games and that type of stuff, and just a really neat kind of celebration of those people's lives.
No question. Well, let's get to the game. It's going to be a really entertaining one. North Dakota comes in, Mike. They are red hot. They're 4-2 on the year. Their lone 2 losses by less than 5 points combined to Montana and at Kansas State. Their wins have been dominant, especially coming off this past weekend against Youngstown State.
Yeah, they're 4-2. They've scored at least 35 points in every game except for one, so they can score the football. They've got a dynamic offense. Their defense is what some would call elite as well. Top 10, top 15 defense in the country as well. They like to stop the run. They like to run the ball on the opposite side. And they've got a quarterback that's just lighting up the valley in terms of passing.
Talking about Kaminsky, one of the biggest areas that you always go to is how do you take care of the football? And my goodness, his touchdown to interception ratio is one of the best in the country.
Yeah, 17-1, and really proves out his ability to make explosive plays, drive the football down the field. And, his completion percentage at 61%, a little bit misleading because they do push the ball down the field. He's not throwing a lot of bubble screens and those type of things. A lot of his throws are second level, deep balls. And, impressive in terms of just what he's doing from the quarterback position for their offense.
Mike, you were really impressed with really their running back room, which of course is coached by DJ Davis, who we were able to catch up with earlier this week. DJ being a great tailback in his time here at SIU. But Sawyer Seidel, he's been outstanding this year, leading the way for them. They got a lot of other guys that you could really call that would be bell cows for other teams. And then Fleming at receiver has just been a really key guy for Kaminsky.
Yeah, fans are going to like to watch B.J. Fleming, their wide receiver. Really good speed, good hands. He's got 4 touchdown receptions on the year, has an 82-yard touchdown reception, so he can fly as well. The running back room, they've got 3 guys that they go to quite a lot, as well as Kaminsky will carry the ball too. Seidel is their main go-to guy, but Zebarth is another guy who last week had a 52-yarder and just bowled through the line and then showed speed on the boundary to get to the end zone. So they are really, really strong in the backfield.
Their defense has drastically improved, Coach Poore, and it's why they are in the conversation to being one of the best teams in the country. When you look at their defense, of course, Eric Schmidt, who was here, he's a defensive guy. It's no surprise to see that defense is a strength.
Yeah, schematically sound. They're basing out of a 4-down front. Schmidt used to be an odd guy, a 3-man front guy, but they still have a lot of that multiplicity to their defense in terms of being able to use their outside linebackers, their safeties, their nickel players, walking up, give you a lot of different looks. And Schmidt's always had a really good pressure package, a lot of fire zones, and, a lot of backer twist type things. And like I said, the hardest thing about their defense to me is the fact that they can give you multiple looks, and you can't really lock in. You got to be able to go with your base stuff and whip them doing that.
Got to have some key standouts, Mike, when you are improving on the defensive side. We spotlighted multiple of them in our podcast earlier this week. Just again, who are some of those key guys on the defense that have really stood out to you when you watch them?
The defense in general, 41 tackles for loss already on the year with 16 sacks. Lance Rucker is the guy on the line that's going to get the most attention. He's got 7 sacks already this year. He'll be in the backfield a lot. Malachi McNeil, really good linebacker, leads them in tackling. Their top 2 leading tacklers are at the linebacker spot. But as Pat mentioned, the safety will come up to the line as well and be in the backfield. It's really, really tough to run against them. They are only giving up 2.9 yards per carry in the rushing game. So that will be a really good thing because we know the Salukis have really improved their rushing game.
This is a statement game for SIU, and it's one of those where for both of these teams, North Dakota, they're currently in the top 8 in the committee rankings. They want to stay up there. This will be a marquee road win for them, Coach Poor. And for SIU, they're trying to get that first marquee win of the season. As you told us, this is kind of that validate window right now for SIU, and that's what makes it fun. Saturday's a great opportunity for the Dogs.
Yeah, great opportunity, and really you fall back on your process, and it's, first snap of the game, second series of the game, you just do it one snap at a time, and I think that's really a big emphasis for the Salukis going into this game is just you've got to be able to win snap at a time, snap at a time, snap at a time, and at the end of the day, you've got more than they do, and that's how you're going to come out on top.
Let's hope, Saluki Nation, it looks like this tomorrow here at Saluki Stadium. There is some impending weather coming in, but we hope that we do some rain dance. Coach Poor is really good at doing rain dances and thunder dances, so we'll try to get that out of the forecast. But kick will be at 2 o'clock on Saturday, which means our pregame coverage will begin for you at 1 o'clock. For the Coach Pat Poor, for Mike Trude, I am Luke Martin. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon from Saluki Stadium. Saluki Nation, as always, go Dogs.